It's been 2 days since Mog Tomes began, and I've already got over 500 tomes. And this is exactly how I managed to do it. What you're going to need is Blue Mage and all of the following spells. If you're on the free trial, you won't have things like being mortal, but you'll have all of the actually really important spells, so it's fine. This strategy is running the Aurum Veil in a party composition of 1 tank mimicry Blue Mage and 3 DPS mimicry Blue Mage, and aiming to get 3-minute runs. This ends up giving you 1 Mog Tome a minute or 60 Mog Tomes an hour. Now before you go in, I recommend setting an Ultra Vibration order, as if you overlap Ultra Vibrations, you can kill the run. Use this macro on screen to use what I personally use in all of my Party Finder groups. And the strategy itself is very simple. The tank will keep Mighty Guard on the whole time and basically just cast White Wind to live through all of the packs. It is then the DPS's jobs to do the Vibe Check combo to kill all of the mobs. The first 2 bosses are very simple. You literally just click Missile until it dies. The only trickiness of this dungeon comes right before the 3rd boss in the room with the 2 big Morbles. This ends up being a very large pull for the tank, so if you are tanking, I highly recommend holding your Swift Cast and White Winding. The tank here should pull both Morbles with Feather Rain and Shock Strike, and then hard cast White Wind. White Wind will go off, but you'll probably almost die right after, so I recommend swift casting another White Wind right after. Around this time, I'm really hoping the DPS have frozen the mobs, because if they haven't, it gets a little bit sticky. And if you're using my macro, it is the job's tank to Ultra Vibration this pull, so everything really needs to be frozen. But once you get past this room, the rest is very simple. You go into the final boss, there might be a couple mobs chasing after you, so the tank needs to spam a couple of White Winds to live through this, and each DPS just do this exact rotation almost, and the boss will die. Keep in mind, the tank also needs to be doing damage for this rotation to work, and if the tank has to spam a couple extra White Winds to live through the mobs, they might have to solo the rest of the boss. Usually the boss will only live on like 10% or so, as long as the tank is throwing out all of their primal spells, so they can honestly just take off Mighty Guard and then do a Whistle Moonflute Final Sting and the boss will die. I also recommend ignoring Leap of Faith and Air Force 1, as you can't queue in a cross-world party in these, and you end up losing more time by doing these. And that is exactly how